Hello, my amazing English learners, and welcome back to the channel. If you are learning English but still feel nervous when you speak, this video is for you. Maybe you understand English when you listen, maybe you can read English books and understand many grammar rules, and maybe you even know hundreds or thousands of English words. But when it is time to speak, suddenly everything disappears. You know what you want to say, but you cannot find the words. You start thinking, is my grammar correct? Am I saying this word correctly? What if I make a mistake? And then you become nervous, you stop, and you stay quiet. Does this sound familiar? If your answer is yes, don't worry. You are not alone. Many English learners have the same problem. But today, I want you to understand something very important. You can improve your English. You can become a confident English speaker, and you do not need to be perfect to start. In this lesson, I am going to show you a simple and practical way to improve your English speaking, pronunciation, listening, and vocabulary. We are going to talk about how to think in English, how to practice speaking every day, how to improve your pronunciation, and how to learn new vocabulary without forgetting it. I will also give you simple examples that you can practice with me. So, if you are ready, take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin. The first thing I want you to do is change the way you think about learning English. Many learners tell themselves, English is too difficult. I will never speak English well. My pronunciation is terrible. I don't know enough words. I always make mistakes. If you repeat these thoughts every day, you will become afraid of speaking. Instead, I want you to change your thinking. Tell yourself, English is something I can learn. I can improve every day. I don't need to be perfect. I am allowed to make mistakes. I can speak English with confidence. Say it with me, I can learn English. Again, I can learn English. Now say, I am improving every day. Very good. Remember, confidence does not come before practice. Confidence comes from practice. When you practice something again and again, it becomes easier. Think about a child learning to walk. The child stands up, takes one step, and then falls down. Does the child say, I am terrible at walking? No. The child gets up and tries again. One step, then another step, and another. After some time, walking becomes natural. Learning English is similar. You may make mistakes, you may forget words, and you may say something incorrectly. That's okay. Every mistake is part of your learning journey. So don't wait until your English is perfect. Start speaking now. Your goal is not perfection. Your goal is progress. Now let's move to another important idea. You need to surround yourself with English. You may think that you need to live in America, Britain, Canada, or Australia to become fluent, but that's not true. You can create an English environment wherever you live. You can bring English into your everyday life. Start with your phone. If you feel comfortable, change your phone language to English. Now, every time you use your phone, you will see English words. You will read English when you check your messages, see English when you open an app, and read English notifications. These small moments can help your brain become more familiar with the language. You can also watch videos in English, listen to English podcasts, listen to English songs, read simple English stories, and follow English learning channels. The important thing is to make English a part of your daily life. And here's another powerful habit: talk to yourself in English. Yes, talk to yourself. You don't need a partner and you don't need a classroom. You can practice alone. When you wake up, say, Good morning. I am still sleepy. Today is a beautiful day. When you get ready, say, I am brushing my hair. I am getting dressed. I need to get ready for school. When you eat breakfast, say, I am having breakfast. This food is delicious. I am drinking coffee or I am drinking tea. These sentences may seem very simple, but simple is good. You are training your brain to use English automatically. And that brings us to another important habit: start thinking in English. Many learners think in their native language first and then translate everything into English. For example, you want to say, I am hungry, but first you think about the sentence in your native language. Then you translate it, and then you speak. This takes time. Instead, try to connect the idea directly to English. See your bed? Think bed. See a window? Think window. Feel hungry? Think, I am hungry. You don't need to translate. Start with small thoughts, then move to longer sentences. Think, I am going to the kitchen. I need to drink some water. I have a lot of work today. I am going to study English tonight. The more you practice, the more natural this will become. At first, it may feel strange, but with time, your brain will become faster at using English. Now let's talk about grammar. Grammar is important, of course, and you should learn grammar. But you don't need to know every grammar rule before you start speaking. Many learners spend years studying grammar, but still feel afraid to speak. Why? Because they are always worried about making mistakes. They think, is this sentence correct? Did I use the right tense? Should I use this word or that word? While they are thinking, the conversation moves on. So remember this. Learn grammar, but don't let grammar stop you from speaking. Start with simple sentences such as, I like coffee. I am learning English. She works at a school. They are playing football. I went to the market yesterday. Practice these sentences again and again. The goal is to make English feel automatic. You don't want to think about every grammar rule when you speak. You want the language to come naturally. Now let's practice together. Listen to me. I am learning English every day. Your turn. Pause the video and say it. Excellent. Now say, I am not afraid of making mistakes. Your turn. Very good. And one more. I will improve my English step by step. Your turn. Amazing. This is how you build speaking confidence. You practice, you repeat, you make mistakes, and you continue. Now let's talk about speaking English in your daily life. You don't need to wait for a special English lesson. Your entire day can become an English lesson. When you wake up, speak English. When you make breakfast, speak English. When you clean your room, speak English. When you go shopping, practice English. For example, imagine you are at a supermarket. You can say, I need to buy some milk. Where can I find the bread? How much does this cost? Do you have fresh vegetables? These are simple sentences, but they are useful. And useful English is the English you need in real life. You can also practice conversations. Imagine your friend asks, how are you? You can answer, I'm good, thank you. How about you? Your friend says, I'm great. You can say, that's good to hear. Practice these small conversations. The more you practice everyday English, the more comfortable you will become. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful methods for improving your speaking, shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a speaker and repeating what they say. You listen, you pause, and you repeat. You try to copy the pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. For example, listen to this sentence. I want to improve my English. Now repeat. I want to improve my English. Again, I want to improve my English. Excellent. You don't need to speak quickly. Speak slowly and clearly. Focus on every sound. With regular practice, your speaking will become smoother. Now let's talk about fear. Fear is one of the biggest reasons people don't speak English. You may know the answer, but you're afraid to say it. You may want to ask a question, but you're worried about making a mistake. Here's a simple technique. I call it the 3-second rule. When you want to speak, don't spend too much time thinking. Take 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, and speak. Don't wait for the perfect sentence. Just start. The more you practice speaking before fear takes over, the easier it becomes. Remember, mistakes are not proof that you are bad at English. Mistakes are proof that you are practicing. Even native speakers make mistakes. So don't be afraid. Speak, try, learn, and continue. Now let's move to pronunciation. Good pronunciation is not about having a perfect accent. Your goal is to be clear. Your goal is to help people understand you. One of the best ways to improve pronunciation is to listen and imitate. Choose a short English video. Listen carefully. Pay attention to the sounds, the rhythm, and the way the speaker connects words. Then repeat. For example, listen carefully to, I want to go to the park. Now repeat, I want to go to the park. Again, I want to go to the park. Try to copy the speaker. Don't just repeat the words. Copy the rhythm, copy the stress, and copy the intonation. This is why shadowing is so powerful. Now remember, don't try to speak too fast. Speaking fast does not automatically mean speaking fluently. In fact, speaking too quickly can make your pronunciation unclear. Speak slowly and clearly. Give yourself time. For example, practice this word, unbelievable. Slowly, unbelievably. Now say it naturally, unbelievable. Excellent. You can also record your voice. Choose 5 sentences and record yourself. Then listen. Ask yourself, can I understand every word? Which sounds are difficult? Which words do I need to practice? This may feel strange at first, but it is extremely useful. You can hear your own progress and notice the areas where you need more practice. Now let's talk about difficult English sounds. Some sounds may be difficult depending on your first language. For example, the TH sound. Try these 2 words, think and this. Put your tongue gently between your teeth. For think, let the air move gently through. Think. Think. For this, use your voice. This. This. Now try, think about this. Excellent. You can also practice the difference between L and R. Listen, light. Right. Light. Right. Now repeat. Very good. Practice difficult sounds slowly. Don't worry if they are difficult at first. Your mouth needs time to learn new movements. Another fun way to improve pronunciation is with tongue twisters. Try this one. She sells seashells by the seashore. Start slowly. She sells seashells by the seashore. Again, she sells seashells by the seashore. Now try a little faster. Excellent. You can also try, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Start slowly, then gradually increase your speed. Remember, pronunciation practice should be fun. Now let's talk about stress and intonation. English is not only about individual sounds. The rhythm of your speech is also important. Listen, I want to go to the store. Some words are stronger and some words are softer. Try this sentence, I want to go to the store. Now stress the important words. I want to go to the store. Master stress and intonation. Stress-timed language. English relies on rhythm. Stress important content words, nouns, main verbs, adjectives, and soft and function words, articles, prepositions, pronouns. Clapping technique. Clap your hands on the stressed syllables to feel the rhythm. Example sentence. I want to go to the store. Want and store receive main stress. Listen to English speakers and notice which words they emphasize. Then imitate them. This will help your English sound more natural. And now we come to our final big topic, vocabulary. You can know grammar. You can have good pronunciation. But you also need words to express your ideas. The good news is that you don't need to memorize hundreds of words every day. You need to learn useful words and use them. The first strategy is simple. Read every day. Read a short story, read a simple article, read a book, or read a social media post. Choose something you enjoy. When you find a new word, don't just memorize the translation. Learn the word in context. For example, imagine you see the word magnificent. It means very beautiful or impressive. Don't just memorize magnificent equals beautiful. Create a sentence. The view from the mountain was magnificent. Now you understand the word in a real situation. Write your own sentence. The city looked magnificent at night. Excellent. The second strategy is flashcards. Write the new word on one side. Write the meaning and an example on the other side. For example, the word is magnificent. The meaning is very beautiful or impressive. The sentence is, the view was magnificent. Review your flashcards regularly. Don't learn a word once and forget it. Review it today, review it tomorrow, and review it again next week. Repetition helps move new words into your long-term memory. You can use paper flashcards or a vocabulary app. The method doesn't matter as much as consistency. Now, here's another great strategy. Learn words in groups. Don't learn random words. Choose a topic. For example, travel. Learn passport, suitcase, airport, flight, hotel, luggage, ticket, and destination. Now you have a group of words connected to one topic. You can create sentences such as, I need my passport. Where is my suitcase? My flight is at 8 o'clock. I booked a hotel. This makes vocabulary easier to remember. You can choose a new topic every week. One of the best ways to learn new vocabulary is to study English by topic. Instead of learning random words every day, choose one topic and focus on it. For example, you can spend 1 week learning vocabulary about travel. The next week, you can study food. Then you can study health. After that, you can learn words about work, school, family, hobbies, shopping, or daily routines. This method helps your brain connect words together. Let's imagine that this week your topic is travel. You can learn words like airport, passport, luggage, hotel, ticket, journey, flight, destination, tourist, and vacation. Don't just memorize these words. Use them. For example, I need my passport before I travel. I packed my luggage last night. My flight leaves at 8 o'clock. We stayed at a beautiful hotel. My favorite travel destination is Italy. I bought my plane ticket online. Now let's practice. Listen and repeat. I need my passport. I packed my luggage. My flight leaves at 8 o'clock. We stayed at a beautiful hotel. My favorite travel destination is Italy. Excellent. Do you see what we are doing? We are not only learning vocabulary. We are putting vocabulary into sentences. This is much more useful than simply looking at a list of words. Now, let's choose another topic. Imagine that this week you are studying food vocabulary. You can learn words like delicious, spicy, sweet, salty, fresh, healthy, hungry, thirsty, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and restaurant. Again, don't just memorize the words. Use them. For example, this soup is delicious. I don't like very spicy food. I usually eat a healthy breakfast. I'm hungry. Let's have lunch. I'm thirsty. I need some water. We went to a nice restaurant yesterday. Now, let's create a short conversation. Listen carefully. Are you hungry? Yes, I'm very hungry. What would you like to eat? I'd like a sandwich, please. Would you like something to drink? Yes, I'd like some orange juice. That sounds good. Now, repeat the conversation. You can play both roles. Are you hungry? Yes, I'm very hungry. What would you like to eat? I'd like a sandwich, please. Would you like something to drink? Yes, I'd like some orange juice. That sounds good. Great job. This is how you can learn vocabulary through real situations. You can also study vocabulary about health. For example, you can learn words like healthy, exercise, sleep, tired, energy, medicine, doctor, headache, stomachache, and healthy lifestyle. Now let's use these words in sentences. I try to eat healthy food. I exercise 3 times a week. I didn't sleep well last night. I'm feeling tired today. I don't have much energy. I need to see a doctor. I have a headache. Exercise is important for a healthy lifestyle. Now let's create another short conversation. How are you feeling today? I'm not feeling very well. What's wrong? I have a headache and I'm very tired. Did you sleep well last night? No, I didn't. You should get some rest. Yes, I think you're right. Now repeat after me. I'm not feeling very well. I have a headache. I'm very tired. Did you sleep well? I think I need some rest. Excellent. Now let's talk about another important topic, work and school. You can learn words like teacher, student, lesson, homework, exam, subject, office, meeting, project, colleague, manager, and schedule. Let's use these words. I have an English lesson today. I need to finish my homework. My exam is next week. English is my favorite subject. I have a meeting at 10 o'clock. I'm working on an important project. My schedule is very busy this week. Again, notice what we are doing. We are learning vocabulary and immediately using it. This is the key. Learn the word. Understand the meaning. Listen to the word. Say the word. Write the word. And then use the word in a sentence. Let's say you learn the word improve. Don't just write. Improve equals to become better. Instead, create several sentences. I want to improve my English. I practice every day to improve my speaking. My listening skills are improving. I want to improve my pronunciation. Reading can help you improve your vocabulary. Now, say one sentence about yourself. I want to improve my English. Again. I want to improve my English. Excellent. Now let's talk about another useful word, excited. Excited means feeling very happy and enthusiastic about something that is going to happen. For example, I am excited about my trip. I'm excited to start my new job. She is excited about the weekend. We are excited to see our friends. Now, create your own sentence. You can say, I am excited about. Maybe you're excited about a trip. I am excited about my trip. Maybe you're excited about learning English. I am excited about learning English. Maybe you're excited about the weekend. I am excited about the weekend. Very good. Now let's learn another interesting word, magnificent. Magnificent means very beautiful, impressive, or wonderful. For example, the view from the mountain was magnificent. The hotel was magnificent. We saw a magnificent sunset. That is a magnificent building. Now let's combine the three words we just learned. Improve, excited, magnificent. Listen to this sentence. I am excited about my trip because I want to improve my English and see the magnificent views. Let's say it again. I am excited about my trip because I want to improve my English and see the magnificent views. Excellent. This is how vocabulary becomes active. You take 3 new words and connect them in one sentence. The more you use a word, the easier it becomes to remember. Now let's talk about synonyms. Synonyms are words that have similar meanings. Learning synonyms can give you more choices when you speak and write. For example, you can learn the word happy, joyful, cheerful, delighted. These words have similar meanings, but they may be used in slightly different situations. Let's practice. I am happy today. She was joyful when she received the good news. He is always cheerful in the morning. She was delighted to receive the gift. Now, let's look at another group. Big, large, huge, enormous. For example, I live in a big house. They have a large garden. We saw a huge elephant. That building is enormous. Now let's try another group. Sad, unhappy, gloomy, disappointed. For example, I feel sad today. He was unhappy with the result. The weather was gloomy. She was disappointed because she didn't win. You don't need to memorize 20 synonyms in one day. That can be overwhelming. Instead, learn 2 or 3 useful words and use them regularly. Remember, the goal is not to know the biggest number of words. The goal is to use the words you know. Let's imagine you learn 10 new words today. If you memorize them once and never use them again, you may forget them very quickly. But if you use those 10 words in conversations, sentences, messages, and journal entries, you are much more likely to remember them. So, let's practice a simple method. Choose 10 to 15 useful words about one topic. For example, let's choose the topic of travel. Our words are travel, airport, passport, luggage, flight, hotel, ticket, destination, tourist, vacation. Now, let's create a short story using these words. Last summer, I went on vacation with my family. We arrived at the airport early because our flight was at 7 o'clock. I checked my passport and carried my luggage to the check-in desk. After a long flight, we arrived at our destination. We took a taxi to our hotel and checked into our room. The next day, we explored the city like tourists and visited many beautiful places. Did you notice how many words we used? Instead of memorizing 10 separate words, we connected them in one story. This makes vocabulary more meaningful. Now, let's practice. Listen to the story again. Last summer, I went on vacation with my family. Repeat. Last summer, I went on vacation with my family. We arrived at the airport early. Repeat. We arrived at the airport early. Our flight was at 7 o'clock. Repeat. Our flight was at 7 o'clock. I checked my passport. Repeat. I checked my passport. I carried my luggage to the check-in desk. Repeat. I carried my luggage to the check-in desk. Excellent. You can do this with any topic. Let's try the topic of daily routines. Here are some useful words. Wake up. Get dressed. Have breakfast. Go to work. Go to school. Study. Have lunch. Come home. Relax. Go to bed. Now, let's create a story. Every morning, I wake up at 7 o'clock. I get dressed and have breakfast with my family. Then I go to work. I usually have lunch at 1 o'clock. After work, I come home and relax for a while. In the evening, I study English for 20 minutes. Finally, I go to bed at 11 o'clock. This is a simple story, but it contains many useful words. Now, try to make the story about yourself. Don't say, I don't know what to say. Start with simple sentences. I wake up at. I have breakfast at. I go to. I come home at. I study. I go to bed at. You don't need complicated English. Simple English is still English. Now, let's talk about another powerful way to learn vocabulary: reading. When you read English stories, articles, or short texts, you naturally meet new words. But don't stop every 5 seconds to translate every single word. Sometimes, try to understand the meaning from the context. For example, imagine you read this sentence. Sarah was exhausted after working for 10 hours. She went home, took a shower, and went straight to bed. Maybe you don't know the word exhausted, but you can understand the meaning from the sentence. Sarah worked for 10 hours. She went home. She took a shower. Then she went straight to bed. So, exhausted probably means very tired. This is called learning from context. Context is very important when learning English. Let's try another example. John was starving, so he ordered a large pizza and ate it very quickly. Maybe you don't know the word starving, but you can guess the meaning. John ordered a large pizza. He ate it very quickly. So, starving means very hungry. You don't always need to translate every word. Sometimes, your brain can understand the meaning naturally. This is one reason why reading simple English stories is so useful. You see vocabulary and context. You learn how words work together. And you learn natural sentence patterns. Another great method is using flashcards. You can write the English word on one side and the meaning or an example sentence on the other side. But don't only write. Magnificent equals very beautiful. Add an example. The view from the mountain was magnificent. This gives your brain more information. You can also add a picture. For example, if you are learning the word mountain, you can look at a picture of a mountain and say, mountain. The mountain is very high. I want to climb that mountain. This connects the word with an image and a sentence. You can also create vocabulary groups. For example, if you are learning about the kitchen, you can learn plate, cup, spoon, fork, knife, bowl, pan, pot, refrigerator, oven. Now, instead of learning these words separately, imagine yourself in a kitchen. You can say, I put the food on a plate. I drink water from a cup. I eat soup with a spoon. I use a fork to eat pasta. I cut vegetables with a knife. I cook soup in a pot. I keep the food in the refrigerator. This is a simple demonstration of how to turn vocabulary into active English. Now let's talk about speaking. One of the biggest problems English learners have is that they understand English, but don't speak enough. They may know the words. They may understand grammar. They may watch English videos every day. But when someone asks them a question, they become nervous. They think too much. They translate everything in their head. And then they don't say anything. If this happens to you, don't worry. You are not alone. The solution is simple. Start speaking with the English you already know. Don't wait until you know everything. You don't need perfect English to start speaking. You need practice. Try talking to yourself. For example, when you wake up, say, Good morning. I'm awake. It's 7 o'clock. I'm going to get out of bed. I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to make breakfast. These sentences are simple, but they're useful. You are training your brain to think in English. Now imagine that you are getting ready to leave the house. You can say, Where are my keys? I can't find my phone. I need to get ready. I'm running late. I need to leave now. Again, simple sentences, but real English. Now imagine that you are cooking. You can say, I'm hungry. I'm going to make lunch. I need some vegetables. First, I'll wash the vegetables. Then, I'll cut them. Now, I'll put them in the pan. Finally, I'll serve the food. You are describing your actions in English. This is an excellent speaking exercise. You can also talk about your day. For example, today I woke up early. I had breakfast with my family. Then I went to school. I studied English. I learned 5 new words. I practiced speaking for 10 minutes. After that, I came home. I had dinner. Now I'm practicing English again. This kind of daily speaking practice can make a huge difference. Now, let's talk about shadowing. Shadowing is another powerful way to improve your English. The method is simple. You listen to a sentence. Then you repeat it. Try to copy the speaker's pronunciation, rhythm, stress, and intonation. For example, listen. I want to improve my English. Now repeat. I want to improve my English. Again. I want to improve my English. Now try to say it naturally. I want to improve my English. Excellent. Let's try another sentence. I am excited about learning English. Repeat. I am excited about learning English. Again. I am excited about learning English. Now let's make it longer. I am excited about learning English because I want to speak with confidence. Repeat. I am excited about learning English because I want to speak with confidence. Very good. Shadowing doesn't need to take 1 hour. You can start with 5 minutes. Choose a short video. Listen to one sentence. Pause. Repeat. Then listen again. Repeat again. Do this several times. Over time, your pronunciation and speaking rhythm will improve. You can also record yourself. This may feel uncomfortable at first, but it is very useful. Choose a short paragraph. Read it aloud. Record your voice. Then listen to the recording. Ask yourself, can I understand every word? Am I speaking too quickly? Am I speaking too slowly? Is my pronunciation clear? Which words are difficult for me? Then record yourself again. Compare your second recording with your first recording. You may notice small improvements. This is a great way to see your progress. Now, let's talk about pronunciation. Learning vocabulary is not only about knowing what a word means. You also need to know how to pronounce it. For example, maybe you learn the word comfortable. Many learners find this word difficult to pronounce. You can listen carefully and repeat it several times. Comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. Don't worry if it doesn't sound perfect immediately. Keep practicing. Another word is vegetable. Listen. Vegetable. Repeat. Vegetable. Again. Vegetable. The more you listen and repeat, the more natural the pronunciation becomes. You can also practice difficult sounds. For example, the th sound can be difficult for many English learners. Practice words like think, 3, Thursday. Then practice this, that, these, those. Listen carefully. Think, 3, this, that, these, those. Now put them into sentences. I think this is good. Thank you for that. There are 3 books. These are my friends. Excellent. Don't worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are a normal part of learning. In fact, mistakes can help you learn faster. Imagine you say, yesterday I go to the market. Maybe someone corrects you. Yesterday I went to the market. Now you have learned something. You can repeat. Yesterday I went to the market. The next time you talk about yesterday, you may remember to use went. So, don't be afraid of mistakes. A mistake is not a failure. It is information. It shows you what you need to practice. Now, let's talk about the 3-second rule. When you want to speak English, don't spend too much time thinking about every sentence. Give yourself 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Then speak. For example, someone asks, "What did you do yesterday?" Don't spend 30 seconds trying to create the perfect answer. Just start. Yesterday, I went to the supermarket. I bought some food and then I came home. That's enough. Maybe your grammar isn't perfect. That's okay. The important thing is that you communicated. The more you speak, the more comfortable you become. Now, let's practice some quick questions. Question 1. What is your favorite food? Don't think too much. Say, my favorite food is pizza. Or, I really like pasta. Question 2. What do you do in your free time? You can say, I like reading books. I enjoy watching movies. I like playing sports. Question 3. Why are you learning English? You can say, I'm learning English because I want to travel. I'm learning English because I want to speak confidently. I'm learning English because I want to communicate with people from different countries. Simple answers are perfectly fine. Now, let's talk about thinking in English. Thinking in English is an important skill. At first, you may translate everything from your first language. For example, you think in your language, I am hungry. Then you translate it into English. I am hungry. That's normal. But slowly, you want to connect the idea directly to the English sentence. When you feel hungry, think, I'm hungry. When you see the weather, think, it's sunny today. When you feel tired, think, I'm tired. When you are leaving, think, I need to go. Start with simple thoughts. Don't try to think about complicated topics. You can describe what you see. For example, I see a car. The car is red. There is a tree. The tree is very tall. I can hear music. Someone is talking. This simple practice helps your brain become more comfortable with English. Now let's return to vocabulary. 1 week, study travel. The next week, study food. Then health, work, or school. Try to learn 10 to 15 useful words about each topic. But remember the most important rule. Don't just memorize new words. Use them. If you learn the word magnificent, use it. If you learn the word excited, use it. If you learn the word improve, use it. Write sentences. Speak sentences. Create conversations. For example, I am excited about my trip. I want to improve my English. The view is magnificent. Now combine them. I am excited about my trip because I want to improve my English and see the magnificent views. The more you use a word, the easier it becomes to remember. You can also learn synonyms. For example, happy, joyful, cheerful, delighted, or big, large, huge, enormous, or sad, unhappy, gloomy, disappointed. Learning synonyms gives you more choices when you speak and write. But don't try to learn too many words at once. Focus on useful words. Use them often. And practice them in real conversations. Finally, remember that vocabulary is not just something you study. Vocabulary is something you use. Talk to your friends. Talk to your teacher. Join an English conversation group. Practice with a language partner. You can also write a short journal. Write about your day. For example, today I woke up early. I had breakfast with my family. Then I studied English. I learned 5 new words. I practiced speaking for 10 minutes. This simple habit can make a huge difference. You can make your journal even more interesting by adding details. For example, today I woke up at 7 o'clock. I felt a little tired, but I got out of bed quickly. I had breakfast with my family. Then I studied English for 20 minutes. I learned 5 new words about travel. I practiced speaking and recorded my voice. In the evening, I watched an English video and repeated some sentences. I felt happy because I practiced English today. You don't need to write a long essay. Start with 5 sentences. Then write 10. Then write a short paragraph. Over time, your writing will become more natural. Now, let's imagine that you want to practice everything we have learned today. Let's create a mini English practice routine. First, spend 5 minutes listening. Listen to a simple English story or conversation. Second, spend 5 minutes reading. Read the transcript or subtitles. Third, spend 5 minutes shadowing. Pause the audio and repeat each sentence. Fourth, spend 5 minutes speaking. Talk about your day or answer simple questions. Fifth, spend 5 minutes reviewing vocabulary. Choose 5 new words and create sentences with them. That's only 25 minutes. You don't need 5 hours every day. You need consistency. 5 minutes today. 5 minutes tomorrow. 20 minutes the next day. The important thing is to keep going. Now, my amazing English learners, let's review everything we learned today. First, believe that you can learn English. Don't tell yourself that English is impossible. Tell yourself, I can improve. I can learn. I can speak English. I am getting better every day. Second, surround yourself with English. Listen to English. Read English. Watch English videos. Listen to English stories. Make English part of your daily life. Third, don't wait for perfect grammar. Learn grammar, but don't let grammar stop you from speaking. You don't need perfect grammar to communicate. Fourth, speak English every day. Talk about your day. Talk to yourself. Describe what you are doing. Practice simple conversations. Fifth, use listening and shadowing. Listen to a sentence. Repeat it. Copy the pronunciation. Copy the rhythm. Copy the intonation. Sixth, don't let fear control you. Use the 3-second rule. Think less. Speak more. Seventh, think in English. Start with simple words. Then move to simple sentences. Slowly, your thoughts will become more natural. Eighth, improve your pronunciation. Listen carefully. Repeat words. Record yourself. Practice difficult sounds. And don't be afraid to repeat the same sentence many times. Ninth, build your vocabulary through reading. Use flashcards. Learn words in groups. Study useful topics. And most importantly, use new words in real conversations. And finally, be consistent. You don't need to study English for 5 hours every day. You need to practice regularly. Even 15 or 20 minutes every day can help if you stay consistent. Imagine practicing for 20 minutes every day for 1 year. That's more than 100 hours of English practice. Think about how much you could improve with that amount of consistent practice. So, starting today, I want you to make one promise to yourself. Don't be afraid to speak. Don't wait to become perfect. Start with the English you know. Use simple sentences. Make mistakes. Learn from them. And keep going. Remember, you don't become fluent in one day. You become fluent one day at a time. Every word you learn matters. Every sentence you speak matters. Every mistake teaches you something. Every time you practice, you're getting closer to your goal. So keep listening. Keep reading. Keep speaking. Keep thinking in English. Keep learning new vocabulary. And most importantly, never give up. Your English journey is your journey. Go at your own pace. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate your small victories. Maybe today you learned 5 new words. That's progress. Maybe today you spoke English for 5 minutes. That's progress. Maybe today you understood an English video without translating every sentence. That's progress. Maybe you made a mistake but continued speaking. That's progress too. Don't compare your English journey with someone else's. Some people learn quickly. Others need more time. That's okay. What matters is that you keep moving forward. Remember, you can learn English. You can speak English. You can become confident. You can become fluent. You just need to believe in yourself and keep practicing. Thank you so much for learning with me today. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to practice the sentences again. Watch the video one more time. Pause. Repeat. Shadow. Record yourself. And practice every day. You can even choose one small part of this lesson and practice it tomorrow. Then come back and practice another part. Little by little, your English will improve. Keep learning. Keep practicing. Keep believing in yourself. And remember, English is not something you learn once. It is a skill you build every day. So, make English part of your daily routine. Listen when you have a few free minutes. Read before you go to bed. Speak while you are doing your daily activities. Write a few sentences in your journal. Learn a few useful words. And use them. Every small action adds up. One day, you will look back and realize how far you have come. You will notice that you understand more. You speak faster. You feel less nervous. You can express your ideas more easily. And you will realize that all those small moments of practice were worth it. So don't stop. Keep going. Your future English-speaking self is waiting for you. Before you leave, I want you to remember one important thing. You do not need to be perfect to speak English. You just need to start, keep practicing, and never give up. Every word you learn, every sentence you speak, and every mistake you make is helping you move closer to fluency. So, be patient with yourself, believe in your progress, and remember that your English can improve every single day. Now, I have a small challenge for you. Before you leave this video, write one sentence in English in the comments below. Tell me, why are you learning English? Maybe you want to travel, get a better job, study abroad, make new friends, or simply speak English with confidence? Write your answer in the comments. I would love to read your sentences and support you on your English learning journey. And if you enjoyed this lesson, please give this video a like. Your like helps more English learners discover this video and join our learning community. If you know someone who is learning English, share this video with them. You never know, your share might help someone take one more step towards speaking English with confidence. And if you are serious about improving your English, don't forget to subscribe to Fluent English Stories *** and turn on the notification bell. Here, you can practice English through simple stories, listening exercises, reading practice, speaking activities, shadowing, and useful everyday conversations. Remember, listen, read, repeat, speak, practice, improve. Don't wait until your English is perfect. Start with the English you know today. Keep practicing one sentence at a time, one day at a time, and one step at a time. Thank you so much for learning with me today. I'm proud of you for taking the time to improve yourself and your English. Keep learning, keep practicing, keep believing in yourself. And most importantly, keep speaking English. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye for now, and remember, your English journey starts with one sentence.